Thank you guys for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV. Okay, so I'm not going to be showing the footage that we've all already seen, and one of the reasons is because we've already seen it. It's too early, and IGN did a great job covering No Man's Sky. I don't feel like it's right for me to download their hard work and to upload it on my channel. I'm gonna wait to even use screenshots until I get approval from them, because frankly, guys, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've done. I mean, just one show alone today was just an amazing show, and I cannot wait to see what they have planned throughout the rest of the month. So if anybody hasn't seen it, I don't know who you would be, but the link is below. Go on over to their YouTube channel or their website link that I'll have down there. So we're going to upload, some of the footage that we have seen and talk about the footage that we did see. Today I got Vertical Speed and Bookshelf Gaming with me, and wow, guys, the new footage that came out of IGN was just amazing. What do you guys think about that?
Wow,
incredible!
It is. I really like it, dude. We got to see so much in that. I think it was 18 minutes of gameplay.
Yes. You know, the bad part about it, and I think Vertical Speed can actually relate to me, is that this all happened while I was at work. So it's like I couldn't, most of the time I was like hiding in a bathroom trying to watch it.
Yeah, I was sitting at my desk, and like there's always people walking behind me, like the boss and other coworkers, and I've got the screen, the video up. It's like a little tiny corner of my one screen trying to watch it.
Oh man.
Before we get into a lot of the information, I do want to bring up that Cobra TV is not a No Man's Sky news breaking channel. I don't sit there and try and provide news before everybody else. The real people that do that are the professionals, like IGN and GameSpot. I leave that to them. Cobra TV here is more like a No Man's Sky fan channel, a community channel. As you guys know, I have subscribers come on all the time, weekly. Subscribers come on and we talk about the game. We relish in the hype around No Man's Sky, and it's fun. And then I also put fan art and stuff like that up, and it's just it just feels like a really big community. And that's what this channel is about. So everybody's already seen this video around the world. Everybody's already came up with their own conclusions. We're just here to celebrate and the hype and just talk about it. That's it. All right, so with this new video, we didn't really learn a whole lot of new things, but we got a glimpse into the game a little bit further. We got to see, a day in the life of, somebody playing, or a moment in the life of somebody playing, and the troubles that they can get into. But the really cool thing that we were able to see is the UI, some of the menus. And I'm telling you, that was the biggest thing for me, like being able to see that. And I think it actually helped a lot of other people too, who are worried that No Man's Sky is not a game, that it's just a walking simulator. Once they saw those UIs and those menu screens, I guarantee you they're like, wow, it is a game. It
was so cool.
Yeah, like
there's like a page for your ship, there's a page for your multi-tool, there's a page for everything, like your inventory, and then in those pages you can see like the stats and stuff on your weapons and your ship,
the suit, weapon, ship, and discoveries. When it comes to the UI, at the top left, you have your name, Sean, like it says there, Sean E3 2015. It also has what's labeled as Journeyman, and Journeyman is the current state of your ship in your hyperdrive. So I guess as you craft and as you get a better ship and, for lack of better words, upgrade or level up, which is really bad for me to say, but upgrade, that is probably gonna change from journeyman to something else.
Yeah.
And then just below that you've got the units, and I like the U, and then like the little money sign that they made for the units. It's pretty cool, pretty creative.
That is really cool. It's like it is just like a money sign.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It's an actual currency symbol rather than just having it say units and then the amount.
Well, what's really cool to point out is like when you go to the weapons, it has four stats.
Stats, yes.
Four upgradable stats or leveled up stats, whatever you want to call it. Accuracy, damage, explosive, and range. Yeah.
So yeah, Kanako is the planet, and Reda is the system.
Right.
Solar system.
And then for ships, the four stats is weapons, armor, technical, and hyperdrive. And then you have your all of your slots there that you can put some of the stuff that you mine will fit in those slots, plus tech and upgrades or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting at one point when he's just hovering over the different slots. He hovered over a piece that's called the 6-layer Agon Carbide Hex Plates.
Oh,
which I'm assuming is just like armor, right?
It sounds
but
like
it gives you some sort of little explanation. It says exceptional defense, minimum additional weight, and minor handling impacts. So I think it's pretty cool that upgrades to the ship will affect, in this case, the way that the ship handles. That's pretty cool to me.
That is really cool.
That is really cool. And that's one of the concerns. You know, I want it to be arcadey and not semi, but I don't want it to be too much like it's on rails. I want to be able to feel like, hey, I am in a ship and I am flying, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So if you were to equip your ship with a really heavy armor, I'm assuming that your ship would be really sluggish and almost hard to control.
Yeah. Like it would have like slower turning radius maybe.
Yeah, very true.
I just think of doing all these upgrades to make this fastest, most nimble little ship just to like zip around like a little bunny rabbit in space. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Opposed to like a big turtle or something.
The only thing you would be able to do is run away when it came to combat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
but you would be damn good at it.
I tell you what, I really love how clean this UI looks. It looks really nice.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. It just looks so polished.
It's so
finished.
smooth, and just like the little details that are in it.
And it's definitely not cluttered, not at all.
Right. It looks very organized.
Okay, so the next one would be discoveries, and that's really cool. He said everything that you discover or come across or find, and plus some other stats will be collected there. And he said everything. So that's really cool that we can keep track of literally everything that we discover, and it would be easier for us to post to places like explorenms.com. What's really cool in the discoveries is it tells you the name of it, and we know we can change the name to what we want, and it gives discovery details. It gives you the height, the weight, the planet that it was discovered on, the solar system, and discovery. It shows when you discovered it, like down to the hour and the date, and then it has a button where you can view like the 3D model, and I'm pretty sure it's going to have a share feature there too, which would be great. If not, man, I don't know, but I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
So as far as the crafting goes, you guys are like bigger into crafting than I am. What is your take on the whole crafting out of No Man's Sky? Not what it's about, but like, what do you think of the crafting?
How it works? I really like it. It's a really original system in the sense that it has to do with compounds and stuff like that. Brent, tell them about it.
Yeah, basically when you take two elements on the periodic table and stick them together, you're creating a compound.
So what are they talking about? Like if you have to create tech that has like a metal body to it, do you have to create the metal first? Is that what I'm getting at?
Yes.
That's what I got from it.
Yeah.
And then you would make the item out of the metal that you made.
So you can create you could take two different types of metal, combine them together, and use that for armor on your ship, on your hull or something.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, there's a moment in it, the plasma core casing on the multi-tool, whatever CB element that means. It says he has 120 out of maybe 100 needed. I think that's what that's saying.
Mm-hmm. So the crafting, that looks really intricate. Like it's going to take a lot, and what's really cool is I don't think it's going to be handed to you. Like he's a big advocate on getting in there and finding out things your own, like yourself, and then posting like these recipes or whatever online. He mentioned that in a recent interview actually. So when he adds the plasma core casing to his gun, it says, it does say at the bottom, build a new technology out of raw resources. So I think combining the elements or whatever together and using them with a blueprint, I think that all fits together.
I don't know of any other game that's really done this type of like crafting before.
Yeah, like I said, it's really
at
original.
This sort of level, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really original.
I could definitely see this game actually having a big online presence as far as tutorials and recipes and stuff like that. All right, so speaking of the gun, I made a video a long time ago when we talked about, we used the word terraforming the environment by changing the environments, changing the form of the environment by destroying the environment. And we talked about how even though you cannot build like houses or buildings in No Man's Sky like you can in Minecraft or something like that, we could actually take a mountain and carve it out ourselves, even make a docking bay for our ship. Of course, it's going to regenerate. I don't think it's going to stay because it's not significant enough for the system to save it. But for while you're there, like say you're on a rain planet, and you make yourself a nice little shelter out of the side of a mountain. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and in the new gameplay that we got, you can see when he was trying to scare away it was like a little goat type thing that was trying to attack him. He shot the ground and a little chunk came out and flew.
He kind of mentioned it too in that little video, and this gets me excited, is being able to burrow straight down into the ground and maybe find this big cave network underground. That really excites me.
Right,
excites me too.
Yeah, and the fact that they exist down there already. You have no idea what's lingering inside those caves. Like you just start blasting at the ground, and all of a sudden, one day, you notice that there's a cave system. You're like, holy crap! And you jump down inside, and there's stuff down there crawling around. Who knows what's down there? But that's really cool. And the destructible environments look really amazing. Like when we saw at the E3 when he was blasting away at that rock or whatever that was, I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I thought it was going to be cooler than that. But seeing it today,
right,
and then seeing him blasting a hole straight through that big rock, it just blew me away.
It was so cool.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the Sentinels coming after him? The wanted level, seeing it increase.
That was so cool.
Oh, and then finally, two-legged Sentinel just popped around a corner and started shooting him with that laser. Wow.
Yeah, we finally got to see like the Sentinels actually in action shooting.
But he said,
they look really difficult.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, like it looks like if you decide to fight back, it's instant death. Like you're not going to survive it. Yeah. And it's almost the same way with like GTA 5. With the police.
Yeah.
Man, it's way different than the police in GTA 4. You do not survive. Well, you can. You can't survive the police in GTA 5, but you have a big chance of getting killed. And it looks like if you stand your ground in No Man's Sky, it's just going to make matters worse for you. Like he said, you can. Run away. You can get away from it. Go out into space and pretty much almost like GTA 5, lose your wanted level and then go back down to the planets. But man, they tore him up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, man. But I wonder if he was to upgrade his weapon more, if he would have had a better chance.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they did look like one shot, one kills.
Yeah, they did.
My question is, how far can you push that? Like, say you got that going. Yeah. You stand next to your ship and you kill a bunch of animals and you get all 5 stars, right? So you get in your ship and you see how many of those two-legged Sentinels can actually come after you, and then see if you can like create a battle scene, like a big old Star Wars battle on some ice planet.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet. But I wonder how many at once can fill the screen. Before, and I wonder how long you'd be able to stand before you die. Imagine.
Did you see all the drones all around him too?
Oh yes, dude. Yes.
They were coming from every which way just to kill him.
Imagine going into like a space station and then causing problems while you're inside it, and then seeing what kind of galactic police would try and come in after you and just sit there and shoot them as they tunneled through the one little small space. All right, but speaking of space, the planets that are we always thought the planets were like super, super close together. But it turns out that the E3 footage that we've seen, all those planets that are that close were actually moons to that one planet. And that is really, really cool. And these are really interesting moons. These are moons with atmospheres. And there are moons in our, galaxy that do have atmospheres. So it's not far-fetched. When I was looking at what he was playing, I didn't see too many planets nearby. So that means that there's a good distance between planets, and a lot of people were concerned and wanted that. And for the people who like to jump from planet to planet, there's really interesting moons that you could just jump to pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Sean said a while ago too that some planets are, I think he was like way, way out there, and I like when that happens too. So
Right.
I think we might see planets that are even further away than what we saw today.
Like a Pluto.
Yeah,
Kind of
like
thing.
way, way out
Like
there.
way out there.
Yeah.
Just completely frozen.
Now, correct
desolate
me if
planet.
I'm wrong. Didn't I read an article recently where it talked about if you manually fly between solar systems and not use your hyperdrive, that you come across rogue planets, like ice planets?
Yeah, I read that too.
Right. I could not find an article again.
Are you talking about in No Man's Sky or in real life?
No Man's Sky.
Oh, because rogue planets are a real thing, and
I
they're
know.
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, but I read this about No Man's Sky. Like, if you manually fly between solar systems and not use your hyperdrive, you could come across these ice planets that are rogue planets. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like, and you notice how long it took him to fly towards that space station too. He was a pretty good distance away from it. And I like that, the fact that, it's still an arcadey game, but it's not entirely too instant to where it doesn't feel completely fake. And what do you think about that pirate, losing its goods and cargo, and he just scoops down?
Yeah,
He just swoops down there and takes it.
that was honestly, I think, one of my favorite parts of the whole video today,
Mine
because
too.
I can just see myself hanging out around stations and big cruisers and things, and just waiting for that to happen, and then just swooping in, taking it, and then just blasting
Getting out
it.
of there. And
Just
just,
getting
Yeah,
out of it,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, and he, that thing where he said you can play this entirely from space. Never need to land on a planet. Never need to worry about
Yeah.
the sentinels down there when you're mining too much.
right.
I wonder if it's possible to scan that dropped cargo before you pick it up. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, maybe. That would be
would
cool.
be.
So you could kind of get like a little content of what might
Yeah,
be there.
because if it's
Oh, yeah.
useless or if you have a lot of it, you just kind of go, whatever.
Right. Because you just don't want to swoop up everything.
One of the biggest things I'm looking forward to are the barren planets. Call me stupid, I don't care,
Yeah.
but
No,
I'm really looking forward to the barren planets.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just think
I feel like the barren
landscape's
planets.
eerie.
Immersion?
Eerie.
They have an eerie immersion to them. There you go.
Yeah, because you just if there's no life, you don't see any life, you just don't know if there is or not. There could be.
Right.
Yeah.
What if you're standing on there and you're getting ready to leave, and as you're getting in your ship to leave, you hear this animal cry out. You're like, wait a minute, there is something here. And you go around looking for it, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
That's one of those galactic urban legends that we have on Explore No Man's Sky for. You never know what you're
That's
going to
right.
hear, and you can't prove.
Right.
What if you hear somebody say, hey, you?
And then you never see the person who said it, and you just
Yeah.
cry yourself to sleep that night.
There's one other thing I
Wonder
noticed
whether or
in,
not-
in the top left HUD is when he's taking damage, that bar that's going down that says shield, and after that goes completely down, right before he dies, he starts losing those squares. If you notice,
really?
Yeah, the squares slowly start to disappear, and then he dies after the last two are gone. So
Oh.
they kind of look like those little cubes that are in the ocean. So I
Yeah,
wonder if you go around and you pick those things up to replenish your health. I don't know.
And I was wondering too whether the shields might be regenerative, or the health. I hope really isn't.
I know the
hope
shield.
if-
The shields are either regenerating, because they are in the footage that we see.
Yeah.
They're either regenerating or he's got it planned. He's got it set to do that just so he can play the game, demonstrate
Yeah,
the
God
game.
mode.
Yeah,
Well, no, because he did die in the
did
game,
die,
though.
yeah. So yeah, you're right. So maybe it is regenerative,
Huh.
but the squares do not look like they are. I mean, once they were gone, they were gone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that's like your physical health, and then the shields are, shields regenerate, so whatever.
I wonder why little squares though, and not just an additional health bar. I wonder if there's something to that. The crystals are going to be seen on most of the planets, almost if not all of them, and that's going to be the way that you get started in getting resources and getting units and stuff. You can
because they're not that valuable.
They're not
compared
valuable
to the other minerals that you can mine.
Right. And you could do those, mine those all day long. And he said the Sentinels are not going to bother you. You won't get a 1 level for mining the crap out of those crystals. It's when you start destroying stuff to get to the crystals, like blowing up rocks and stuff like that, doing too much of that.
I was thinking of something too with those crystals. Like he said, they're not, like you were saying, not valuable at this point. But maybe, this is something I would do if I was making the game to kind of screw with people a little bit, to make them very rare towards the center of the galaxy.
Oh yeah,
where you're finding. Right, so it's like, oh, you need to craft this one thing, but you need that really cheap crystal that you can only find on like the outskirts.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So I wonder, when you trade in your ship for a brand new one, if like the tech stays with it, I wonder if you could come across somebody else's ship, that's got upgrades already on it when you're looking for a ship to buy.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah,
maybe we'll see this stuff later in the month too.
I hope so.
And he also did say in the footage in the show that they're going to be talking about the economy more later this month. So I'll wait. A lot of answers are going to be finally answered when we hear like what you were talking about, some of the beginning crystals being worth so much money in the middle of the galaxy, center of the galaxy. So that'll be interesting. We'll get a little bit more insight on that, and who knows what else they're going to be talking about. Okay, guys, that's all we have for you today. I guess all we could do now is just wait for the next installment of IGN and thank them for their coverage that they're doing. They're doing an amazing job, and I'm glad that IGN is actually, I'm glad they're leading this information burst that we're having of No Man's Sky onto the media, onto the internet. It's just really amazing. They're doing a good job. As always, I love you guys. Stop by explorenms.com. Everybody's chatting and posting all kinds of stuff. There's really good articles about the HUD and, pictures and stuff like that. And as soon as I can show the gameplay here, I will. Until then, I'm not going to. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.
Until next time.